Hey, Mario the Spirit Scholar here. Today I want to talk to you about tequila, and specifically the aging and rectifying of tequila. It basically gives producers the options to adjust their product, and I want to go through all the steps with you here. Tequila, aging and rectification. Well, what exactly is rectification? Well, it's just a fancy word for saying additives. So in this video, we're going to look at the techniques that are used in post-distillation for tequila and the decisions that tequila makers can make for their finished product. These rules apply to both 100% blue agave and mixto tequilas. These processes are approved by the Mexican government and El Consejo Regulador del Tequila. We'll be breaking down the tequila categories later on in this video, but keep in mind, of the 5 tequila categories, only one of them doesn't have additives. Now, when we speak of additives in Mexico and for tequila production, they refer to abocado as the process in adding additives and abocante as the actual additives in that tequila. Now, what additives are allowed in there? Well, anything that's actually safe for human consumption, which is actually a wide range of products. And they can actually change every single facet of the product. Now, what you're typically going to see when it comes to tequila is caramel coloring, which actually darkens the color of the product without adding any extra flavor. Then we have oak extract. This can give you an oaky or smoky taste to your tequila, making it smell and taste older than it really is. Next, as well, we have glycerin or glycerol. It appears naturally in fermentation, but more of it is added to your tequila. We don't want the tequila to be thin or sharp, so it adds more roundness in there. And lastly, we have sugar syrup. This is also known as jarabe, and this will affect the sweetness of your tequila. So you can add more of the agave, you can add raw sugar, and you could also add artificial sweeteners. But producers can also use all natural products or botanicals with nothing artificial to add sweetness to that. Now, the use of any of the additives must not be more than 1% of the total tequila weight before it is bottled. But the technology is so dialed in that 1% can make a huge impact compared to before. The producer must keep the corresponding records of the raw materials used when putting additives in their tequila, even though it doesn't have to be listed on the label. So all this information still stays hidden from the consumer. But there are brands that don't use any additives and go with their product all natural. So when we speak of tequila and aging it, there are 2 types of wood that you can choose from. You can choose a traditional white oak, which is what we use when we're making a whiskey, or you can use an encino or holm oak, and these are actually part of the evergreen family. So white oak is more permeable, softer, and the leaves fall down seasonally, while the evergreen stays green, but the wood is tougher and it doesn't permeate as much. Now, there's no minimum on what size the barrel can be, but you're going to see in some of these categories, 600 liters is going to be the maximum size for their barrel. So let's talk about blanco, blata, or silver tequila. Now, it says it has to be a transparent product, but it doesn't mean it has to be colorless. But this is the one tequila that's going to be without additives. It's literally just water added after distillation. And then you have the choice of aging it for 2 months or less. Now let's talk about joven, oro, or gold tequila. Now you get this product by mixing your silver tequila with a reposado, an anejo, or an extra anejo tequila. But there's also the problem that it could be a silver tequila that's mixed with any of those additives that I talked about earlier. So a reposado or an aged tequila again can have the additives, but it has to be at least 2 months in contact with oak. There is no maximum size. And no matter how long you age it for, if the barrel is bigger than 600 liters and it's at least 2 months till the end of time, it'll still be a reposado tequila. But you can also get a reposado by mixing an anejo or an extra anejo tequila with it. Añejo, or extra aged tequila, again can have the additives in there, but this time it's going to be aged 1 year or more in a 600-liter barrel of oak. Now, if it ages for more than 1 year and it's more than 600 liters, it's still going to be a reposado. And you can still get an añejo by mixing añejo and extra añejo tequilas together. So now that I've shared with you this information about aging tequila or tequila using additives, I don't want you to think it's biased. I want you to understand that these are choices that are made by the producers and the distillers to make a better product for their consumers. And sometimes it just comes down to consistency. But what I do feel is that you need transparency. You should know that they have the option to do these things. And that's what makes the tequila you drink so special and enjoyable for you. And like I said, there are brands out there that don't use any type of additives at all, or maybe they use only natural additives. But something to keep in mind the next time you're shopping in your local liquor store. But as always, drink what you love and love what you drink.